today of going to work with Parmalee.
Yeah, it's me too. I'm drum tech, guitar tech, bass tech, keys tech, stage manager. Never a dull day though, say that.
That's right. Yeah. Free travel too.
Yeah.
Man, perfect tune, one shot.
Perfect fits. Blessed man here.
Yeah.
Oh, it's. I'm sure it's a pitch. It's perfectly a pitch. Whatever
that pitch is.
that pitch is, everyone may not agree on, but it's perfectly the frequency that it is. I'll tell you that right now.
All right, Stairway to Heaven, go.
Yeah.
It's actually an AI guitar. It plays itself. Pretty sick.
Wasn't even close.
No. Immediately no. Mango Park is definitely better than Big Lake. Yeah, I agree. I'm just saying, Big Lake is like cases go all the time.
Okay, you got good footage of it being right in tune.
Oh my God.
Hey, awesome.
It's still going.
Long time no see.
Thomas was shot 3 times during an armed robbery attempt in Rock Hill, South Carolina, after a show. He's now recovering. The band is using the experience as inspiration for new music.
I really didn't know I was hit until a minute later when I felt a burn in my stomach. When they say hot lead, that's what I felt. We were traveling a lot. The success of the band happened. We were on the whirlwind for 2 or 3 years, and it's just one of those things that hits you. I almost died. So we played a a pickup gig on a Monday night, a little club called The Money in Rock Hill, South Carolina. We were actually working our way back out to Nashville, so these were like just rehearsal shows, just taking on any gig we could. We played the show. I think 15 people, 20 people showed up. The guy paid us our $15. We had just gotten this RV. So proud of this. Yeah, it was great. It's somewhere we could drive and sleep in. We finished the show. Scott and I had pulled the RV around to come start loading in the gear. Barry and Josh were still in the club, and there's a knock on the door. The door, we always kept it locked, but I opened it up because I thought it was Barry and Josh or somebody, we knew from the show, but it wasn't. It was a gun in my head. Two guys in bandanas forced me back up the steps and then shut the door behind them, and they were demanding cash. I was in the back, not sure what I was getting, but getting stuff, and I heard them yell, give me the money, give me the money. And this RV's not really that big, so you're talking 8 to 10 feet, so you can kind of see what's going on. And immediately, I knew we were in trouble. The guy fired. He said, give me your fucking money, and fired a gun in the RV. I don't know if you've ever been in an RV with a gun going off. That was when it all just went to, yeah, it went to, yeah. I did have a pistol in my bunk. Basically saw the guys, had about 2 seconds to think, grabbed my pistol, put it behind me, walked up real slow, kind of with my hands up, because he's screaming, Scott, help, Scott, help. So I'm guessing they were thinking I was bringing money. But as soon as I got close enough and clear enough that I thought I wouldn't hurt him, I shot that gentleman with a gun, and I knew there was 2 guys, and the other gentleman was kind of down behind some steps. So I knew I had 7 bullets. I had to do what I could to use all 7 rounds to take them out. And I shot him, and after I shot him a couple times, I was shooting at the other gentleman. One of the guys was dead. The other guy ran out of the RV and collapsed right behind it, and I think Barry jumped over him when he was running up to see what happened to Scott. I really didn't know I was hit until a minute later when I felt a burn in my stomach. When they say hot lead, that's what I felt. After all the smoke cleared, he said they got me. And then he was laying on the couch, bleeding out. I got hit once in the chest, once in one in the stomach, and I guess it spun me around because I got hit in the butt, but that clipped my artery. And that was the pretty bad shot. And the last thing I remember were the police officers coming in with lights, shining stuff on my eyes, and I just remember saying, just don't let me die. And that's basically the last thing I remember. I was in a coma for 10 days. What I'm going through is different from what they're going through. We had to make the phone calls, and of course we didn't know how bad it was until we get to the hospital. And then the doctor finally bringing us back, and it's like most people with these injuries have a 5% chance of living. But I hung a little hope on that 5%, I do remember finally waking up. I did remember what had happened vaguely, that I knew I'd been shot. I knew I was in the hospital. First words were, we're not playing any more clubs. First words come out of my mouth. It gave them hope just to hear that come out of my mouth. All I cared about was just trying to get well. Didn't really know. They didn't let me know how bad it was. They just said, you can't leave the hospital until you walk on your own. He was sliced on his calves and down his stomach. His foot wasn't working. That was evident. He may never play drums again. He may never walk again. And we learned about all the procedures. We learned that if he could do his physical therapy and make that so many feet, hell, we had him doing that like weeks before. They wouldn't let him out because he had open wounds, but we were still doing double PTs every day. We had round the clock, friends that would take duties and stay and always, be there. And being with all our friends and everybody being so close, it's kind of helped out a lot. The first year was all about recuperating, getting ready. So it actually, I know it doesn't make sense, but it took several years for it to soak in on me. Out here, we were traveling a lot. The success of the band happened. We were on the whirlwind for 2 or 3 years. And I think it was just, we had a break or maybe a little break, and it's just one of those things that hit you. Just had anxiety, and I just said, wow, what had just happened? I almost died. We just had all this success. I dealt with it, but I understood why I hadn't, felt that way before. But yeah, it happened.